Hello friends, I'm calling this video Life After Suno, and it takes place right after my last Suno video where I turned off my camera and then I just unsubscribed from Suno. I'm done, for now. Maybe forever, I don't know. And I just wanted to talk about, why I did that and what I learned through this whole process. So I've got some notes I've written down. So the first thing I want to talk about is, hearing my songs come back in this like modern pop style. It was very seductive and it got me all excited about, the possibilities of what I could do with that. But it also made me feel sort of inadequate and that my own song creation wasn't good enough and would sort of never be good enough to sort of compete with that. And it screwed me up a bit and made me confused and a bit sad, even though I was excited about what I was doing, I was also sort of conflicted in my heart. My friend Mark said that it was like I was using steroids for my music, which is a pretty good analogy, steroids will make you have these unnatural gains, but there's side effects, and that's what I experienced, I guess. I think it was worth trying this AI music creation because I learned a lot from doing it, and it's something that I'm going to be able to use moving forward in terms of just the sound was a big thing, like the real mid-forward mixing or mastering that Suno came back with. Hearing the voice really jump out in the mid-range, I'm going to be able to apply that to mixing. And even though I've heard for years great mixes and masters from all of my favorite artists, it was like it hit differently hearing it with my own music. Yeah, it's pretty weird how that works. But in terms of specific things like vocal phrasing and arranging, things you can do with drums or just different ways that I can approach the drum rhythm, the drum beats, that kind of thing. It was a great learning experience. So I don't regret doing it. But at this point, I think, maybe it's time to move on. In the past, several weeks or a couple months since I made a few videos about Suno, I've been emailed by several other AI music companies that have very similar platforms to Suno, and a couple of them, they almost looked exactly the same. Like they took the Suno web code and just put their own name on it, where like it's the same font, it's the same layout, the same functionality. Really, really weird. And I don't know how they're gonna make money. I guess maybe they will, but it just seems like, it reminds me of, I live in Canada, in Toronto, and when marijuana became legalized, all of a sudden there was a weed store on every block in the city, and they're not all going to survive. It's like everyone's just jumping on the bandwagon because they think, oh, this is a whole new world of business opportunity to make profit and become rich. So I think people are seeing, well, if everyone's using Suno, maybe I'll make a website and I'll be rich. But we'll see. I haven't really responded. There was one company that I had some back and forth with, and they were pretty cool about my feedback I gave them, and I hope they do well, because that was nice talking to them. But in general, I'm not really responding to any of these guys, and I don't really have an interest in doing that, even though they're offering money. They're like like paid sponsorship and name your price, whatever, and I don't know. Like I'll do lots of things for money, like almost anything for $50, but that seems just not interesting. I don't know what I would do with it. I kind of like did whatever I would think that I would want to do with AI music. I already sort of went through that with Suno. And for what I do for my YouTube channel, I try and make videos about just things that I'm interested in, things that I want to talk about. at least at this point, because I'm doing it because I want to do it. It's for the love of the game. So yeah, like in the end, the Suno versions of my songs that I went through the process of actually copying a couple of them, where I got the stems and then I recreated the parts where I played the bass and played the guitar and played the drums and re-sang it exactly like the Suno version was. But it just didn't sound right, even though, you know, it was cool, but it didn't sound like me. And what I've concluded is that, like, I have a unique sound, and maybe it's not for everyone, but it is uniquely me. It's what I do, and I just need to own that. I just need to be myself and make my music. So I think that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment, of course. And I'll see you in the next video.